Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a makeup tutorial for you on this look right here. It's playing with pinks and purples, so I hope you guys will enjoy it. And if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep watching.
Alright guys, so starting off with a bare clean face, I'm just taking a little bit of a highlighter. This is from the ABH contour kit. I'm taking a little bit of that really soft highlighter and applying it to my brow bone just to kind of accentuate the brow bone there, and it complements the eyeshadow later. And I do want you guys to know that my brows are looking heavy because I had just touched them up a few days before filming this, so keep that in mind. Then taking the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking this shade from the palette on a blending brush, and this is going to be our main transition shade. Since we are playing with some color, I wanted to keep it pretty neutral there. Then I'm taking a smaller blending brush with this purple shade, and I'm going to do a halo eye with some purples and pinks. So I'm applying that to the inner and outer corner and then connecting them in the middle, but keeping the center of the lid pretty bare, as you can see me do here, just lightly feathering that shade in the center. Then from the palette, I'm taking this darker shade here, which leans a little bit more on the purple side, and it's a matte shade. So I'm just applying that over top of where we applied the purple before, and this is just going to deepen up those colors there and help with some blending. Then with a bigger blending brush, just make sure you go around the edges to make sure that there are no harsh edges. Then I'm taking a white concealer from an Sephora Pantone palette that I have, but just like a creamy white base, and I'm applying that to the center of the lid so that we can apply the pretty pink shade on top, and it looks very opaque. So I'm taking the Makeup by Mario Master Metals palette, and I'm taking the pink shade from this palette, and I'm applying that with my finger because I wanted it to look really opaque, and these shades are very metallic and beautiful. They have a really nice glitter sheen to it, so I went ahead and applied it with my finger to get a really opaque application. Then I'm just doing some normal lining with this is Tarte Maneater liquid liner, and just lining my eyes as per usual. And then I also want to go in my tight line and waterline, so I'm taking a Makeup by Mario pencil in the shade black. It's really important to use some black eyeliner here to separate the eyes in the pinks and purples, because purples can tend to make your eyes look like you are bruised or have a black eye. So it's really nice to do some contrast with some black shade in the waterline and tight line, just so that it doesn't look like you have all this smudge of purple everywhere, right? So then I just go over top of the black with a black eyeshadow just to deepen it up, make sure that that looks really nice and sultry. And for my primer, I'm taking e.l.f. Matte Poreless Putty Primer, and just applying that to the center of my face and prepping it for the foundation. I am going to apply some corrector to my under eyes. This is a peachy shade from LA Girl Cosmetics, and I just apply it to my under eyes and blend it out with my finger. This is also very important when you're doing pinks and purples on the eyes to color correct your under eyes, because you don't want any of those purple tones to come through. Then for my foundation, I'm taking Juvia's Place Magic Foundation, I believe it's called, but I realized that the shade was a little too light for me, so I did blend it out and mix it in later with the Urban Decay Skin Foundation and a little bit of a darker shade just so that it would match me a little bit better, and I'm applying that with a damp beauty blender. Then I'm just taking a little bit of Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in a shade that is a few shades darker than my skin tone, and I'm applying that to my contour of my face. I first apply it with a brush, and then I blend it out with my beauty blender around my cheekbones, my forehead, and my temples. I also do like to run some on my jawline just to make sure that we look nice and snatched there. Then for my concealer, I'm taking e.l.f. Camo Concealer on my Japanese concealer brush, and just applying that to my under eyes and any areas that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. The foundation is pretty full coverage, so I didn't feel like I needed a ton of concealer, but just in some slight areas to make sure that those are nice and highlighted. Then I'm taking an RCMA No Color Powder and just lightly powdering the center of my face. This foundation is pretty matte, so you don't need too much. And then just taking some excess powder and running it on the outer perimeters of my face to make sure that it's set. And for my bronzer, I'm taking Juvia's Place Bronze Duo palette and applying that towards the outer portion of my face to add some warmth in there and also to set the cream contour. And so this is a really nice bronzer palette that you guys have seen me use a ton. For my blush, I'm taking NYX Matte Blush. This is in the shade Red, and it's a little bit of a very opaque, very strong red shade, so I mixed it in later with Milani Luminoso just to add in a little bit more of a peachy tone. And this is a Tarte highlighting palette, and I'm applying that to the tops of my cheekbones and around my brow bone to add in some glow to the skin. The foundation is pretty matte, so I like to add in some glow there so that way we don't look too dry. And setting it all with some MAC Fix Plus. Then to finish off my eyes, I am taking the purple dark matte shade that we used before, and I'm just applying that with a blending brush under my eyes and blending it in with the eyeliner. With a larger blending brush, just making sure that the edges are blended. We don't want any harsh lines. And curling my lashes, preparing them for mascara, and I went ahead and used Estee Lauder mascara on my top and bottom lashes. For my lips, I'm taking the Makeup by Mario lip palette, and I believe this is shade LP3 with the lip brush, and just applying that to my lips here. And surprisingly, I didn't mix it in. You know, who am I? I usually mix in things, but I felt like this complemented the eyes very well. And then I let my hair down, and this is the finished look.
And this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. And I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!